Okay, I'll welcome everybody to the November Watertown School District School Board meeting, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, first of all, on the consent agenda, item 2.1, roll call. Please note that all board members are present. Item 2.2, are there any conflicts of interest this evening to be disclosed?
Yes, I need to exclude myself from 6.6.2, the 13/28/10s.
All right, any others? All right, next item is to review and approve the agenda. Could we have a motion, please?
Move approval of the agenda.
Motion by Mr. Stein. Second by Ms. Bolton. Any comments or questions on that?
Yes, I do need to make a note to the October 11th minutes. We need to update action 22054, LATC resignations. Stephanie Johnson, Student Support and Equity Coordinator, was not noted in the minutes, but it was approved at the meeting.
Okay. So we are approving the agenda with the corrections that Heidi noted. Any other comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And now we need to approve the minutes of the, can we do all these together? The October 11th, the October 21st, and the October 25th meeting?
Yes, you can approve them all together.
Okay. So could we have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Lohr to approve the minutes of those three meetings.
Second.
Second by Mr. Iverson. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 2.5, we will receive the financial reports for October 2021.
Thank you. In the general fund, we received a small amount of tax proceeds along with the regular monthly state aid payment. Please note that state aid reflects remittances from both September and October as noted in last month's financial report. Receiving of the CARES allocations in previous months creates an influx in ending cash balance over previous years. The revenue was moderate in both the capital outlay and special education funds, consisting of typical property taxes along with interest. Capital outlay included expenses related to construction in progress and a debt service payment which exceeded the revenue. Lake Area Tech included revenue which was received from a wide variety of sources and was exceeded by expenditures. This fund's ending cash position reflects an increase when compared to the prior 2 years. In the K-12 Nutrition Fund, revenue made up in majority of federal revenue related to operation under the SSO food service program, in which provides free meals to all students, exceeded expenditures for the month of October. The ending cash balance in this fund continues to increase due to the operation under a fully funded federal program. Sales continue to be strong in the LATC Bookstore Fund, with the fund's ending cash position reflecting a moderate increase. However, it should be noted that it is difficult to compare due to the varying inventory levels. The revenue received in LATC Educare's fund includes a $14,700 state payment related to CARES funding in support of state-supported child care programs. This fund's ending cash position reflects improvement when compared to the prior 2 years. I would be happy to answer any questions should you have any.
All right, are there any questions on the financial reports? Okay, thank you. We'll move on to item 2.6 and the student staff recognition.
All right. We've got a bunch of them tonight. Student staff recognition for this evening. We'll start with boys state golf. And we had the AA boys state golf individual champion this year. Congratulations to Jake Olson. In girls tennis, Layla Meester was second at state in the Flight 4 singles, and Grace Ortmeyer was academic all-state. In competitive dance, All-State, Amara Kranz. And the competitive dance academic All-State, Amara Kranz, Annika Walter, Emma Ferguson, and Maddie Stemwettel. In our competitive cheer, a competitive cheer All-Stater was Noelle Mack. Also in competitive cheer, academic All-State, Noelle Mack, Shelby Wietzma, Tierra Cluse, Danielle Miles, Dawson Briggs, and Reagan Allers. In boys soccer, we had an all-state first teamer. That was Jackson Feichner. All-state honorable mention, Ryan Roby. And an academic all-stater, Hunter Mitchell. In girls soccer, all-state first team, Caitlin Hansen. And then academic all-state, Hannah Wahlberg and Lydia Buckley. In the sport of cross country, our academic all-staters, Allie Tesh, Kristen Schulte, Jay Remmers, and Evan Halby. And finally, we had our all-state chorus representatives performing at the Monument in Rapid City on October 30th. These vocalists were directed by Candace Von Eye. Jocelyn Thiessen, Shelby Wietzma, Levi Carlson, Bo Roddershot, Noelle Dunn, Chloe Karst, Garrett Von Eye, and Blake Winches was the alternate. Then we had Justine Schwanke, McKenna McDonald, Andrew Dalkey, Mason Balakan, Harley Von Eye, Jaden Smaltz, and Jesse Peets, Madison McDonald, and Jada Wilson alternate, Jason Moore, Caden Moore alternate, Jamie Robbins, Maddie Martine Escamilla, Zach Blumeyer, Lucas Saracini, and Taylor Johnson alternate. Congratulations to our all-state chorus representatives. And also at All-State Chorus, the winner of the Outstanding Administrator Support for Music was our very own Dr. Todd Brist, middle school principal. Won that award in Rapid City this year. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to item 3 and discussion items for Lake Area Tech. First of all, is there any public input this evening for Lake Area Tech for agenda or non-agenda items? Okay, moving on to the action items. First of all, we have 4.1 personnel and 4.1.1 resignation.
Good evening. Lake Area Tech has one resignation, and we would recommend approval of that resignation this evening.
Okay, could we have a motion for the resignation?
I move approval of the resignation.
Motion by Mr. Stein
Second.
and a second by Mrs. Lohr to approve the resignation this evening. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 4.1.2, the contract recommendations and addendum.
Lake Area Tech has several contract recommendations and addendums. The majority of them are the snow removal contracts. The HEO students, our heavy equipment operator students, help remove snow during the winter, and so we're preparing for that. We also have some CPR adjuncts as well as some lab aides, and then we were able to fill one of the custodial positions. So we would recommend the contract recommendations and addendums are approved as presented.
Okay, could we have a motion to approve those recommendations and addendum?
I make a motion to approve them.
Motion by Mrs. Lohr,
Second.
second by Mr. Stein. Comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 4.1.3, a leave of absence.
So in your packets, you'll see a leave of absence request. There are extenuating medical circumstances, and so we would recommend approval of this request.
Okay, could we have a motion to approve the leave of absence?
I make a motion to absence.
Motion by Mrs. Lohr,
Second.
second by Mr. Stein. Comments? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the leave, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 4.1.4, authority to hire.
So before you, you have an authority to hire request. This is for January of 2022. There's a community health worker instructor position as well as a precision machining instructor position in Pier. Both of these are grant related, and we'd recommend approving both of the requests.
Okay, could we have a motion to approve?
Make the motion to approve the authority to hire.
Motion by Mr. Stein,
Second.
second by Mrs. Lohr. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the authority to hire, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, we'll move to 4.2 and the property items. First of all, we have 4.2.1, consider facility rental agreement for a tractor.
So as you remember, we purchased the family ground for the agriculture program last year. They have a steam engine tractor. They would like to store that tractor until they're able to sell that tractor, and so this agreement would allow for that. And we would recommend approval of the agreement.
Okay, could we have a motion, please?
I move approval of the tractor rental agreement as presented.
Motion by Ms. Moulton. Second by Mr. Iverson. Any comments or questions on that one? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 4.2.2, authority to purchase CNC mills and lathe.
So the next property items are in relation to our outreach program with the Peer Women's Facility. We're adding a manufacturing certificate. It's through the upskill program. And so we would request the authority to purchase the CNC mill and lathe. This is the same package that we purchased last month after bidding. And we would put that equipment in the Peer facility.
Okay, could we have a motion to approve the purchase of the CNC mill and lathe? Motion by Mr. Iverson. Second by Ms. Bolton. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then 4.2.3, authority to bid manual mills and lathes.
So this would also support the manufacturing certificate program at the Peer Correctional Facility. The manual mills and lathes have not been bid this year, and so we're asking for the authority to bid those items. Both the CNC mill and lathe as well as the manual mill and lathe will be reimbursed by the grant that we have for that program.
Okay, could we have a motion, please?
I move approval of the authority to bid the manual mills and lathes.
Motion by Ms. Moulton. Second by Mr. Iverson. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And 4.2.4, surplus for sealed bid.
We have several items in the precision machining shop. We've also updated some of the machines last month for precision machining, and so we are asking for authority to basically bid those items and then take the highest bidder for those items so that we could clear out the shop and we don't have to store that equipment, which also causes damage to the equipment.
Okay, could we have a motion, please? Motion by Mr. Iverson. And a second by Ms. Bolton to approve the surplus for sealed bid. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And now we got 4.3, new program option in automotive technology, electric vehicles.
We're excited to propose this new option in the automotive technology program. It would be a third-year option for students or existing technicians to come back and learn about electric vehicle maintenance and repair. We've been developing this with our industry advisory board as well as the South Dakota Automotive Dealers Association. It was well received at the state level, and then we're requesting permission to continue forward with offering this option starting as early as fall 2022.
Okay, could we have a motion, please?
I move approval of the new program option for automotive technology electric vehicles.
Motion by Ms. Moulton. And a second by Mr. Iverson. Any comment or questions on that item?
It's actually quite interesting that you included the course list that these students have to take. Looks as if a science and math background would be really a strong feature to get into that program. Matter of fact, they have to take a 3-credit math course, applied general math. So I'm going to insert my comment that Common Core math probably wouldn't be a good thing to have help with that if you need to do math and arithmetic quickly, either on a piece of paper or in your head.
Thank you for your comments.
Any other comments? All right, hearing none, all in favor of approving the new automotive technology electric vehicles option, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Vice President Stiles. All right, we'll move to the discussion items for 14-4. And first of all, 5.1, is there any public input on agenda or non-agenda items this evening for the K-12 side? Okay, if not, we'll go to 5.2 and have our Northeast Tech High School report.
Thank you. The Board of Superintendents did meet on Tuesday the 2nd. That was our first meeting since school had started. Did update the Board of Superintendents a little bit on our facility planning meeting that took place and just talked a little bit about the commitment to the an updated facility at Northeast Tech. So that continues to be moving along, but we did have that discussion. And then the board meets. I want to remind people that at one point that was scheduled for the 18th, but we did move it back to the Wednesday, the regular schedule, Wednesday the 17th, 5:45 at Northeast Tech.
Thank you, Dr. Danielson. Then moving on to item 5.3, American Education Week update, which comes on November 15th through the 19th.
Yes, thank you. Olivia Foreman, our WA president for the year, is here to speak on behalf of our staff.
Hello, President Ryber and school board members. Thank you for allowing me time to speak tonight. My name is Olivia Foreman. I am a math teacher at the high school and the president of the Watertown Education Association for the 2021-2022 school year. Next week, November 15th through 19th, is our National American Education Week. This week gives us an opportunity to celebrate public education and honor all individuals who are making a difference in ensuring that every child receives a quality education. Wow, these past few years have really been tough on, but also rewarding for all of us who work in the education system. I personally feel so thankful that I've been able to have students in the building with me instead of through a computer screen, both throughout last year and this year. Although COVID continues to be a presence this year, sometimes causing unexpected difficulties across the district. However, everyone from paraprofessionals, food service workers, bus drivers, custodians, teachers, administrators, nurses, counselors, social workers, school psychologists, tech departments, school board members, and countless other people have worked hard to continue to educate and meet the needs of the students in the Watertown School District. Next week, to celebrate American Education Week, WEA is going to be busy celebrating, thanking, and honoring those who work in our district. This year, WEA members will be receiving a t-shirt for American Education Week. We will also be doing something special to thank substitute teachers for all that they do to keep our schools open, especially this year. Our educational support professionals throughout the district will receive a token of thanks on Wednesday, which is our National ESP Day. Additionally, there will be articles published throughout the week in the public opinion written by various individuals from the Watertown School District. Students will also get a chance to celebrate American Education Week. As in years past, elementary and intermediate school students will color pictures, and those pictures will be distributed in grocery bags at Hy-Vee and County Fair next week. I would just like to take a moment again to thank all of you on the school board, along with district administrators, for working so closely with WEA to ensure all staff and students in the district are taken care of and provided with educational and extracurricular opportunities throughout the year. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for your update of what's coming.
One other note too, the board and district will be providing treats at some point next week too to all buildings, so look forward to that.
Okay. Now we will move on to item 5.4 and the achievement report from Mr. Stacy.
Okay. Yeah, this is an annual report that we do. We just give you a picture in time of how we're doing in the district. We have Smarter Balance results to share with you. And to keep in mind, these Smarter Balance report that I'm sharing with you, it's a one-time test. It's a test. It's these groups of students took the test last spring, and so I'm sharing you their grade level reports. It's the same with the ACT. Those are our seniors from last year and how they did on the ACT. And then I also give you our 2021 seniors and their results from a survey. So I'll go ahead and start now with, this is the report card. This is a public report card based off of the Smarter Balanced and how we did as a district last year in some areas. And so I'll go ahead and start. I have it divided out by groups, kindergarten through 4th grade, 5 through 6, 7 through 8, and 9 through 12, and then the comparison with the state. Now keep in mind, the grades that take the performance is only grade 3 and grade 4, not kindergarten, 1st grade, or 2nd grade. And so the first one is the English language arts, and now these percentages are proficiencies. This is how we did proficient throughout the district and then also the state in English language arts. Then we also have the math on how we did, again, 3rd and 4th grade, 5, 6, 7th, 8th, and 9 through 12. The student progress, they did not keep the student progress, and so I put asterisks there, but on a regular year that is not COVID related, they would also do student progress. The attendance is only kept through the kindergarten through 8th grade, and so that shows you what our attendance percentages are for our schools. The English language students and how they're on track, that data, we're still waiting for that data. When you go to the public report card, it still says waiting for data. That data is coming soon. The high school completion, they've got 2 completions. The high school completion is if you graduate through age 21, and it could be with a high school diploma or a GED. And notice our high school completion as a 97%. And then our on-time graduation, that's you graduate in 4 years. And so that's at 88%. And then our college and career readiness actually is the, it's when you look at the coursework readiness, assessment readiness, there's a formula that shows the college and career readiness, which is a 53% compared to the state at 57%. Our coursework readiness is 70%, and our assessment readiness is 64%. The next screen kind of shows you how they figure the readiness scoring. It really has to do with the coursework has to do with CTE, dual credit, advanced placement exam, high school graduation endorsements, and then the assessment readiness has to do with how students are doing on the state assessment in English language, ACT English, and then the Accuplace there. And then also the math the same way. Okay? Then we look at our student population and how they look across the board in our district. And it will show you how the district looks at all these different categories and then the different races and ethnicities. And then also our students with disabilities, where we're at compared to the state. And then our English language learners compared to the state. And then also our economically disadvantaged compared to the state. So it's our demographics. And then here's teacher data. The average years of experience at each level and what it is for the state. And then the experience less than 3 years of experience. And then that also shows you where we are compared to the state. And then also the percentage of teachers with bachelor degrees, master degrees, and doctorate degrees. And then we look at our ACT, and this is the graduating class of 2021 is down below the 2021. I have a few years of the graduating classes and how it looks. Notice the Watertown, our senior class, was at 23, state was at 22, and the national was at 20. So we're consistent at state level or above. And then I also looked at other high schools or other school districts, I should say, and school districts and high schools of equal size to us. And then so you can see where they are with their proficiencies in English language arts, math, graduating on time, and graduating completers. If you were to look at all these and compare us, Watertown is 5th place in language arts compared to all the big school districts, and 5th in math. Just to go back to 2019, last time we did this report, we were actually 2nd in English language arts and math, and then also 3rd in science. They did not do science scores. They're coming out with a new science test, so that was not involved in this either. And then I also did the large schools and ACTs, the readiness, coursework assessment, and college and career readiness. Our ACT, again, compares very well compared to the other schools our size. Our coursework assessment and college career readiness, that is something that we continue to look at and what we can do better on, and it has to do with CTE courses and our students taking those, and also we have a high level of students that take the ACT but not taking the NCRC test, which we are going to continue to give that this year. And then we go to our our seniors from last year and their exit survey and their plans, high school plans. Notice I have a few years there, but we have 58% going to a four-year college, and then we have 29% going to technical and community college, and then 5% going into the workforce, 2% into the military, and 6% into that are undecided. And then when you look at what are their post-secondary institutions, notice our own very own Lake area is 29%. That's the highest percentage that our seniors are going to. And then we've got SDSU next, University of South Dakota, and then we have Northern Dakota State and Southeast Technical College. That's the first time Southeast have showed up on this survey. So that also paints a picture for you. And then the areas of study. Business actually takes number one this year. And then we have nursing, education, biology, psychology, counseling, and engineering. That is the report for you tonight. And do you have any questions for me?
Sure. Good evening, Mr. Stacy.
Hi.
One of the first pages for attendance are those statistics that we supply to the state?
They actually take that off campus.
Okay.
Yep.
So the high school we didn't give it to them?
No, they don't count that in the, see, on a regular year, we would be talking about a school performance index, an SPI they call it. And so that does not count for the SPI, so they do not put that in this report card.
Okay. Next screen, readiness scoring.
Yes.
That is supplied through the Smarter Balance test, or how is that?
Oh, let's go back to that, what I had there for you. This is, oops, for some reason I lost it. Oh, okay, I can do that. Well, there's a slide in there that kind of gives you the readiness scoring, okay?
Right.
And so what they do is they look at our ACT English, they look at our ACT Math, they look at the state assessment and our proficiencies for the assessment readiness part of this. And then they look at also for the coursework, they're looking at CTE, 2 approved CTE courses from the cluster pathway or dual credit level within the same career cluster. They look at dual credit, 1 course completed in the state-sponsored dual credit program. And then they looked at an advanced placement exam, and then the high school graduation advanced endorsements.
So is this a report that we have to prepare for the state?
No.
It's just,
This is information they can pull out of campus again.
oh, well, handy.
Yeah.
Okay. Teacher data,
Yes.
breaking it down a little bit further. Master's degrees, it'd be interesting to know how many of our teachers actually have masters in their field rather than just a general curriculum masters, or
Yep.
particularly on the upper 7th through 12th grade level. Report card, high schools, ranking.
Oh, okay.
I did mine a little bit differently. I made my own spreadsheet. That information is all public. There's a website. You can go in and look at the test results.
Absolutely.
So I did it comparing basically all the schools we compete against athletically, and it would be the top 12 to 13 high schools in the state. And Watertown comes in at number 6 on English language arts and number 6 on math scores. And the top 2 are always Rapid City Stevens and Brandon Valley. they're always at the top.
Yep, and if you were to look at Rapid City, their central high school, they're always at the bottom.
Yeah.
And so you got to look at the demographics of the school just a
Well,
little bit.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables involved.
Yep.
But it's interesting. Some years you can even compare which schools are on block scheduling and which aren't, because quite often the ones that are not on block scheduling will score higher.
And just to remind you, back in 2019, we were second
Yep,
in
I know.
math, reading, and third in science.
And it's always a junior class against a junior class or an eighth grade against,
Yep,
yeah. And
yep. There's factors
it's
involved.
kind of apples and oranges. Career readiness, I'll address that in a minute. Looks as if I need to do a little recruiting for USD.
It's a long ways from home.
Yeah. So, as educators, we're often told that we need to act more like a business. So, using that as a model, which schools would we want to copy? Those that are highly successful at the top, or would we want to copy the teaching and learning methods of those that are not doing as well? What do you think? Self-explanatory answer. I'm always curious, and all the committees have been in over the years, and the faculty meetings and the workshops, why we don't go study, particularly Stevens, Brandon Valley, what are they doing that's highly successful, and some of the other schools that score high too?
We have actually, I can speak to that.
Sure.
We have actually, Brandon Valley has both ways. We have gone to Brandon, and Brandon has talked to us, because I can tell you that when we're scoring high, Brandon's also looking at us, and we are also looking at Brandon, and we talk back and forth. Again, if you look at the demographics, that will tell you a message here.
Sure.
But we do look at them with curriculum. We have done that with Mitchell as well. Mitchell is another school that does very well, and we have visited Mitchell. We have talked to Mitchell, and so, yeah, we do. We do talk to other school districts.
Okay,
Yep.
very good.
Yep.
Concern that I've raised a few times before is customized learning. The one school that is heavy into that consistently, at least through the last 8 years, scores quite poorly. We have our own version of that in the high school called the Aero Academy. So it's a concern why we continue to work with that as a method of learning when it doesn't seem to be too productive for that particular school and might even be impacting us. Next question. Current enrollment at the high school is going through a bubble, a larger increase at this time, is that correct?
Yes.
Would it be a surprise to learn that over the past few years we are offering fewer college prep accelerated course sections than we used to offer in the past? I wonder if that might be an impact on college readiness, that we don't have as many college prep course sections as we used to in the past. Interesting question. As faculty, we've repeatedly asked for more advanced placement courses, and that hasn't happened. We've had workshops on academic rigor, and we made suggestion after suggestion. More advanced placement courses were some of the suggestions, and basically none of the suggestions we offered were implemented. Class size, student to teacher ratio. Do you think that's a factor in learning? Mr. Stacy? Student teacher ratio, class sizes, could that have an impact on learning for a student?
Are you asking me as when I was a teacher?
Sure.
I can give you an example of when I was a teacher. I had, my first fourth grade teaching position was I had 28 students. And then the next year, I had a class of 14 fourth graders. I would much rather have the 28 students than the 14 for how much work I had to do that year 14. Sometimes it has to do with the with who's in your classroom.
Sure, exactly.
And so I think you have to look at who's in those classrooms sometimes instead of looking at just the number of students. That's how I feel about class size. And so I think we have to look at classes and who's in our classes sometimes for effective instruction, for effective results. And so that's my answer to class size.
Class sizes, just as you said, it depends on who is in that class and what kind of makeup it is. Particularly if we have students in there who are failing and just floundering, they're behind in credits, and that can make a difference if it's a large class. They aren't getting the attention they need, and we aren't saving them. So that's my concern with large classes. It's one of the board goals when we did a retreat. It's under fiscal health on this dashboard here. One of the main goals is continued attention to staffing and scheduling regarding student enrollment, in other words, class sizes. Does the district presently employ certified teachers in non-teaching roles?
If you're asking me if we currently have teachers on plans to get their certification and their certified positions?
No.
Okay.
Teachers who are fully certified, but they are not assigned a classroom, they are not in non-teaching positions, non-student contact in a way. Instructional coaches, for instance.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
but they're teaching teachers.
right, they're fully certified.
Yes.
Right. So my point is, if we have teachers who are not in student contact, do not presently have a classroom, we have oversized classes, my point is that we should move some of these fully certified teachers to help relieve the class sizes. That's my point. Just allocation of resources. Seems to be under the fiscal tab here. So that's my spiel.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other comments or questions for Dr. Stacy or for the discussion as a whole? All right, thanks.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the action items. And first of all, item 6.1, approval of the bills. Could we have a motion, please?
I move approval of the bills.
Motion by Mr. Stein
I'll second.
and a second by Mrs. Laura. Any comments or questions on any of the items in the bills? Okay, hearing none, all in favor of approving the bills, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Personnel, item 6.2.1, resignations.
Okay, yes, we have 11 classified positions. We have a certified position that we recommend we assess the penalty. And then we have one activity position that we recommend to accept pending suitable replacement.
Okay, could we have a motion to accept the resignations as presented?
I move approval of the resignations as presented.
Motion by Mr. Stein.
Second.
And second by Mrs. Laura. Any comments or questions on those? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 6.2.2, the contract recommendations and addendums.
Yes, I'm happy to report that we're filling 9 of the classified positions. one certified position and one activity position.
Okay, could we have a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve them.
Okay, motion by Mrs. Lohr,
Second.
second by Mr. Stein to approve the contract recommendations and addendums. Any comments or questions on those? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And 6.2.3, an authority to hire.
Yes, we're asking for, we're bringing this authority to hire for an additional special ed teacher at the high school to meet the needs of the number of students we have.
Could we have a motion, please?
I move approval of the authority to hire.
Motion by Mr. Stein
Second.
and a second by Mrs. Lohr. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now we'll move on to item 6.3, our property items. And first of all, 6.3.1, we'll consider the change order number 4 on the Watertown High School renovations.
Thank you. The proposed change order consists of 10 modifications to the project. The net of this change order is an increase in the amount of $238,406, bringing the total change orders of the project to $435,283. Please note that $121,000 of this change order is related to an oversight of including air conditioning to the pottery and wood shop areas. It is recommended to approve this change order.
Could we have a motion, please?
I move approval of the change order number 4 to the high school renovation.
Motion by Ms. Moulton and a second by Mr. Iverson. Any questions or comments on the change order approval? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 6.3.2, consider the investment agreement with Great Western Bank.
Yes, this agreement invests $15 million or 40% of the district's pooled funds in order to generate returns on regular cash on hand. Currently, due to the market trends, interest rates are at 0% with no generated returns in regular checking and savings accounts. This investment opportunity would provide an average generation of 0.52%, which is a rough estimate on the resulting yield to maturity based on the bond ladder of 1 to 5 years. The investment of the $15 million would be invested an equal weight into each term of a 1 to 5 year ladder, as well as in separate asset types to allow for liquidity within the portfolio and access to higher yielding securities as rates rise. This agreement may be terminated by either party by providing a 30-day written notice.
Okay, could we have a motion to approve, please?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, a motion by Mr. Iverson and a second by Ms. Moulton to approve this investment agreement with Great Western Bank. Is there any comments or questions on this? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. 6.2, consider group insurance premium-free month.
Thank you. The Employee Benefit Trust Insurance Fund continues to have a successful financial gains with claims and administrative costs being lower than the revenue generated by premiums. It is recommended and supported by the Watertown Education Association that the district have a premium-free month for the month of December, which would mean the premiums would not be pulled from the November pay cycle.
Okay, can we have a motion on this item?
I move approval of the group insurance premium.
Motion by Ms. Moulton
Second.
and a second by Mr. Iverson to approve the premium-free month. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And 6.5, consider district employee bonus payment.
Thank you. This employee bonus payment would provide all active district employees, both K-12 and Lake Area Technical College, to receive a $500 bonus payment on December 15th, 2021. Active district employees is defined by all certified and classified classifications of the district, excluding temporary classifications. The total payment would cost the district in total $492,000, with note that the district savings from the premium-free month averages $405,000. It is recommended and supported by the Watertown Education Association to approve this employee bonus payment.
Okay, could we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Iverson. A second by Ms. Moulton to approve the district employee bonus payment. Any comments or questions there? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 6.6 are enrollment requests. 6.6.1, open enrollments.
Thank you. We have no open enrollments to present for you this evening.
Okay, and then 6.6.2, the 132810 requests.
Yes, we have 3 132810 requests and recommend those for your approval.
Is there a motion to approve those requests?
Make the motion to approve as presented.
Motion by Mr. Stein. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Iverson. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And then we will note that Mrs. Lohr was abstained from that vote. All right, then we'll move to our communications and our administrative reports.
Yes, a couple of announcements to make, or actually a few. This evening, we have parent-teacher conferences at all buildings from 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. and again tomorrow night, 4:30 to 8:30. So if people haven't gotten signed up or haven't decided when they're going, they still have opportunities here yet for a couple hours tonight and 4 hours tomorrow. Then on Wednesday evening, 5 p.m. at the Watertown District Administrative Offices, so that's November 10th, 5 p.m., we have a scoreboard sponsorship meeting. That is in conjunction with new scoreboards that are going to be installed in the Watertown Civic Arena, and they will be digital in nature, so there's an opportunity for digital ads if people are interested, and that would be, again, at 5 o'clock on November 10th. And then finally, trying something this year where we are going to have school on Veterans Day, Thursday, November 11th, but we are very excited to note that we are hosting the Watertown Community Veterans Day program at 10 a.m. in the Civic Arena. Doors will open at 9:30 a.m. to the public, and our high school students will also get the opportunity to attend this program, so we're excited for that, for our students and also for the veterans in attendance, and thank them for their service. So it's a great opportunity, and our very own Mike Cartney, Lake Area President, will be the keynote speaker for the Veterans Day program. So, and that means then there will be no school on Friday the 12th since we are having school on Veterans Day. So thank you for the opportunity to share that.
All right, thank you, Dr. Danielson. Item 7.2, is there anything for the board to report to the superintendent this evening?
I'd just like to ask Dr. Danielson on strategic plan. Will you be doing some updates soon?
Yes, I thought we would do some mid-year here. We've got some things that we're working on that we'll be able to report here either December or January.
Okay. I'd particularly be interested if we've made any movement on reducing class sizes, any contingency plans, any plans going forward, anything like that would be of interest.
Okay?
Anything else in that item? If not, I would hear a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Iverson,
Second.
second by Mrs. Laurel. In favor, say aye. Aye. All right, thanks everybody for coming.